So I know a lot of you guys use your VR for fitness or just very active in your VR games, and you get hot, super sweaty, and your lenses fog up. And there are a couple solutions, like you can get a VR fan, like the ones that are built into your interface, like the one I have, or you can get one of these, which is basically like a ice pack for your Quest 2. And the idea is that you slap this into the freezer for a couple of hours, and then once you're ready to play your VR, you just put it back on, and then it should be ice cold. And I hope that it works because it gets really hot. I have a fan built into my interface, and it still gets kind of hot in there. But full disclaimer, I was sent this for a review, but they had no say or input in this video whatsoever, not even reviewing it before. And these are my own opinions like usual. And so let's head over to the unboxing station and see what you get inside the box. So let's open up the box and see what you get inside of this. And I think that's the only actual piece of tape that you get when you open the box. And it looks like just a basic box. You have some information here on the side. Don't know if you can see that. And whoop, the interface just fell out. You have information just in case you want to reach out to them. And you have some extra packaging. You have the user manual, I believe that's what this is, yes, and how to install it, yep. You have a couple of interfaces here. I'm going to assume one is for your thinnest, medium, and thickest peel leather. So I'm gonna open up these packages real quick. I think this is already super cold. Like coming out of the box, it's already really, really nice and cool to the touch. So I don't know. I don't think. I mean, this is already pretty cold. This one just feels like a regular interface, and these two feel like the size difference. It doesn't look that much of a difference, to be honest with you. But they both are cooling ones, and so let's just see. Oops, I just turned it on by accident, but up. Okay, so this is already like really, really stiff. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this because of how stiff it is. Oh my god, that is stiff. So this is it. This is the interface. This feels really, really thick, but you can actually see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me just like. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's actually the gel itself. You can actually see it, which is like a blue, like ice pack, I guess. It feels really cold to the touch, but we will have to see some use it for a gameplay. But let's take a look at the interface itself real quick, like the actual oh, well, that just came right off. And that's not good. This is some very strong Velcro. Jesus. Yeah, this already started to peel off a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that still, but it has two vent covers, two vent holes. It has actually a pretty decent amount of like ventilation, so I'm hoping that this will also solve the fogging issue. I have a built-in fan that is built into my interface, which I absolutely love. I don't see this being a replacement for that, but if you're looking for something that maybe that isn't as big, because fans that are built into your interfaces are generally a lot bigger than just traditional interfaces, or if you're not looking to spend a lot of money on maybe like the bubble fan, this is, I think, would be a decent alternative. But yeah, this seems just really, really stiff, and maybe with time or something like that, it will loosen up. Let's just put this into our VR headset and see how it looks. Okay, and this is like really, really difficult, I think, to kind of install. I think I got it in now. There we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna. Oh crap! I forgot the top strap. Oh my god! Let me try this again. Okay. So this is what the head strap looks like with the interface on. It looks pretty good. It's black. Nothing really special about it. Although I can imagine a dramatic increase of field of view compared to my COB VR K2, and this is an excellent fan in my opinion. But look at the interfaces difference. Like you can see the difference between this one. It's really thick. It's got a nice thick peel leather, which I personally like, and this one's a lot thinner, which would be good for FOV. If you wear glasses, this might be a bit of an issue. But we'll have to see the comfortability test here in a second, and then try some games out possibly with this head strap on. Now this is not This has not been in the freezer or refrigerator, and this is already pretty cold. I can already tell that putting this thing on, I didn't put it on all the way, but the nose interface is gonna be really, really. Oh my god, no, this is not. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna work. I mean, it does what it is advertised as to keep your face nice and cold. It's already really, really cold, and it hasn't even been in the freezer yet. But yeah, I can see the stiffness being a huge issue for people. It's already like really, really. And it isn't as flexible or isn't as cushiony, I guess, as my other interface or maybe something like the VR cover. This is just super, super stiff, and it's actually kind of, I wouldn't say causing pain or uncomfortability, but it's just not as comfortable as a regular interface. So my issue right now is that for it to be comfortable, it has to have a lot of like, it's not tight to my face, okay? And it's not gonna be like there's a lot of light bleed now because of how loose I have it. It's not moving a lot, but it's definitely not the most comfortable interface I've ever tried. And you can also kind of see, like, if you shake your head back and forth, due to the Quest 2 being a single screen and the FOV not being the widest, this interface can actually, like, if you turn your head fast enough, you can kind of see the edges of your screen a little bit. Actually, I've never been able to do that before with my other headset, my other interface, because of how thick it is. Just a minor complaint, I guess, but the real issue here, like I said before, is that it's just really, really stiff. I do like the idea of it because it is cold and it does work as advertised. And I didn't even have to put it into the refrigerator for any amount of time. It's already cold enough it's already super cold. Just the comfortability is a big issue here. I can't get over that. And there's a lot of light leakage because of how I have my headset set as. And the nose flap is a definite big no-no. It is too stiff. But yeah, let's get into a few games first and see. I'll come back to you guys in a minute here. So I spent the last day roughly playing with this this interface, and this is by far one of the most uncomfortable interfaces I've ever tried. It does work as advertised. It does keep your face cool, only for about 30 to 40 minutes though. And this is obviously going to be depending on your room and how warm or cold it is. Obviously, the colder your room is, the longer the interface will stay cool. This is probably about 45 minutes max before it started getting lukewarm. And after that point, this just becomes unnecessary and unusable. There's a couple of reasons why that it is uncomfortable. Because one of them being that it is so stiff from the gel, like I said before, that like it doesn't really like cushion your face that well. Due to the gel, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of see the leather kind of pulling up a little bit, and that's kind of revealing the Velcro right here, which does touch your face if you move too much. And that does get uncomfortable. You also notice that due to the gel again being so thick, it kind of buckles up in places. Let me just get this in focus. You can kind of see like right here that it kind of buckles up, and also right here. And those points do touch my face a lot, making it uncomfortable after a certain amount of time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys do like the video, you don't have to do like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, try to check yourself. Peace.